Hey, what's going on, sports cars fans? Ray from Philly here, and welcome to another video. This video is going to be on um, the 2025 Classic Errors Veterans Committee has just announced the ballot for the Veterans Committee for the Classic Errors for next year. Now, the announcement will come out on Sunday, December 8th, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on the MLB Network. Now, if any of you, some of you know who know me, know that the Baseball Hall of Fame is very near and dear to my heart. And it's like one of my favorite things that I do with baseball card collecting is the passion and the love that I have for the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's just fun buying baseball cards and projecting of players who aren't in the Hall of Fame yet to see who will get into the Hall of Fame. So it's a lot of fun that way, and just talking about players in general who aren't in yet to see who will try and get in. So I have a lot of fun with that, having discussions and just trying to figure out who should get in and who should not get in. So I'm going to go over the slideshow right now and show you the ballot for this coming year. And first, I want to just kind of like go over the committees. The Veterans Committee has changed over the years, where they had the last time they had broken it down to 3 eras. You had the golden age, the modern age, the today's era age. Now they just broke it down to 2 eras, and it's the classic era and the contemporary era. So let me bring in this screen here. Okay, so let me minimize myself here. Okay, so the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum today announced the 8-person ballot that will be considered by its Classic Baseball Era Committee for Hall of Fame election for the class of 2025. The Classic Baseball Era Committee will meet on December 8th at baseball winners meetings in Dallas. 7 players and 1 manager comprise the 8-name Classic Baseball Era Committee ballot, which features player, manager, umpire, and executive candidates who primary contribution to the game prior to 1980. So I want to scroll down to the bottom here and show who picked the players to be on the ballot. So it's comprised of 10 veteran historians. They are the historical overview committee. Now these guys won't be doing the voting as to who gets in, but these were the guys and ladies who voted to be on the ballot. So we have Adrian Burgos from the University of Illinois, Bob Elliott, Canadian Baseball Network, Jim Henneman, formerly Baltimore Sun, Steve Hertz, Stats Perform, David O'Brien, The Athletic, Jack O'Connell, BBWAA, Jim Rees, formerly Fort Worth Star Telegram, Glenn Schwartz, formerly San Francisco Chronicle, Susan Slusser, San Francisco Chronicle, and Mark Wicker, Southern California News Group. Then the 16-member Hall of Fame board appointed electorates charged with the review of the classic baseball era ballot will be announced later this fall. So the 16-member committee hasn't been announced yet. I've been looking for that all day, and I haven't found it yet. So they haven't announced as to who's to be on it. The interesting part of that for me is last time Mike Schmidt was on the ballot, not on the ballot, but on the committee, trying to get Dick Allen elected on the last time. Uh, I don't know if Mike Schmidt's going to be on the committee this year. That's what I'm trying to find out about. So, without further ado, we're just going to go through the ballot right now. I'm actually going to show pictures of their rookie cards uh, just for fun. And then I'm going to make my selections as to who I would vote for. And then I'll give you my prediction as to who I think will be picked. All right. So, let's bring this in here. So once again, this is the 2025 Classic Era Baseball Hall of Fame ballot. And here is the ballot for this year. It's comprised of 8 players, and I'm showing you this in alphabetical order. Dick Allen, Ken Boyer, John Donaldson, Steve Garvey, Vic Harris, Tommy John, Dave Parker, and Louis Tion. So we're going to go through alphabetical order. I'm going to have a picture of the rookie card and just some of their accomplishments. So first up, let me get myself out of there. Dick Allen, and that is the 1964 Topps Dick Allen rookie card. As you can see there, Dick Allen, his stats are 351 career home runs, 1,119 RBI, a 292 career batting average. He won the 1964 National League Rookie of the Year, 1972 American League Most Valuable Player, and a 7-time All-Star. Now, the last 2 times this is his 3rd time that he's going to be on the Veterans Committee ballot. 2 times ago he was on the ballot. Actually, I think this might be his 4th time on the Veterans Committee. But 2 ballots ago, he finished 1 vote short. Now, there's 16 members that vote. You need to have 12 of the 16 people that are on the committee. You need to have 12 votes. 2 ballots ago, Dick Allen got 11 votes. He came up 1 vote short. The last ballot, which was about 3 years ago, he came up 1 vote short. History has shown that when a player comes up 1 vote short on the Veterans Committee ballot, the next time he's gotten on, well, that didn't happen for Dick Allen. He came up 1 vote short twice. Very interesting to me. Next up is Ken Boyer. This is the 1955 Topps Ken Boyer rookie card. Ken Boyer was an 11-time All-Star, 1964 National League Most Valuable Player, a 5-time Gold Glove Award winner, 282 career home runs, a 287 career batting average, 2,143 hits. Ken Boyer was a really, really great fielder, too. Great third baseman, one of the top players in the National League during the 1960s. And this is a good rookie card to have, in my opinion. Next up is John Donaldson. There is no card that I could find of him, so I just found a picture of him on a make-believe baseball card. John Donaldson played more than 30 years in the Negro Leagues, earning a reputation as one of the best pitchers in the game, also playing in the outfield and managing. Now, I wish I could find more stats on John Donaldson, but I do know quite a bit about him. This guy was an outstanding, outstanding pitcher. Deservingly, in my opinion, to eventually get into the Hall of Fame. So we shall see. I think this is also his 2nd or 3rd time around being on the Veterans Committee. Next up, another guy this is probably his 4th time on the ballot, on the Veterans Committee ballot. He was on the BBWA ballot, and that's Steve Garvey. This is the 1971 Topps Steve Garvey rookie card. Let's go over his career stats. A 294 career batting average, 2,599 career hits, 272 home runs, 1,308 RBI, 10-time All-Star, and a 1974 National League Most Valuable Player. If I'm not mistaken, he has the most All-Star appearances of anybody not in the Hall of Fame. I think Bill Freehan might be the only player that might have more. He might be an 11-time All-Star or have the same amount as Garvey, 10 times. I'm not really sure, but that's a lot of All-Star appearances for someone not in the Hall of Fame. Also, in my opinion, Steve Garvey had a consecutive game playing streak. He was the Iron Man before Cal Ripken. He was playing every game in the 1970s, 1980s. And when he went to the San Diego Padres, I think it was 84, there was a play at the plate where he slid home and broke his hand or broke his wrist, forcing him to end the streak. So he does hold the National League record consecutive games played. Of course, Ripken is first, Gehrig is second, and third, I think, is Everett Scott, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look that up. And Garvey's right there. I'm pretty sure Garvey's 4th, but he's 1st in the National League. And in my opinion, if Garvey didn't get hurt, I think he had a really, really good chance of breaking Lou Gehrig's record. And if that was the case, who knows if Ripken would have even tried to do it. And Garvey could have been the Iron Man. And if he'd done that, there's no doubt he would have been in the Hall of Fame. The guy was a true great hitter, great player. So we'll see about Steve Garvey. Next up is another Negro League player, Vic Harris. Not much statistics on him. He does have a 303 career batting average. He managed the Grays for 11 seasons, won 7 Negro League pennants. I'm still trying to get a little bit more information on Vic Harris. Tommy John. This is the 1964 Topps Tommy John rookie card. Yes, this is the same player named the surgery after. He had 288 career wins, a 3.34 ERA, four-time All-Star, 700 starts in his career, ranks 8th all time. Tommy John, great pitcher, started in 1964, had that massive injury to his elbow. I think it probably was in the 74 season, maybe 75, and he was the first to have that surgery. It was experimental. He missed the whole season after that. Back then, when you had Tommy John surgery, you were out for a year. There's guys now that could be out only a few months after Tommy John surgery and get right back to playing. And it's actually made pitchers' arms even stronger, which is unbelievable how the modern technology has come along with this Tommy John surgery. But very interesting to see what's going to happen with Tommy John. I'll let you know my thoughts of whether I feel he's going to get in or not. The Cobra, Dave Parker. And this, of course, is the 1974 Topps Dave Parker rookie card. Career 290 batting average, a two-time batting champ from 1977 and 78. 339 career home runs, 1,493 RBIs, a seven-time All-Star, 1978 National League Most Valuable Player, and three-time Gold Glove Award winner. The guy had a rocket for an arm in right field. Roberto Clemente, who used to play right field before Parker, was talking one day in the outfield when Parker was a rookie, and he was taking pop flies taking pop flies in the outfield, in center field, and Parker was in right. And when he saw Parker's arm, he looked at his friend Manny Sanguine and said, "There's the next right fielder." And Manny Sanguine said to him, "What are you talking about?" He goes, and Clemente said, "I know a right fielder when I see one, and this guy's going to be the next right fielder." And he was. And it was just, I grew up watching Dave Parker a lot in the 70s, and he was a five-tool player if I ever saw one. Can hit for power, can hit for average, can run, throw, play defense, had speed, was the complete package. So I guess you can kind of figure out where I'm going with this as to who I think should be in. And last but not least, Louis Tiant, who recently just passed away a few weeks ago. This is his 1965 Topps Louis Tiant rookie card. Tiant had 229 career wins, a 3.30 ERA, 20 win season four times. He won an ERA title twice in 1968, which was like the greatest year of pitchers in the history of the game. A three-time All-Star, just a fantastic pitcher. I do a series, if you're not familiar, called The Call to the Hall, and he was on one of my episodes where I felt that this guy should be in the Hall of Fame. I've compared him to two pitchers that are in the Hall of Fame, Jim Bunning and Catfish Hunter, and Tiant in a lot of categories had better numbers than Jim Bunning and Catfish Hunter, and it's just a shame that he's not in. So let's go back to the beginning here, and I'm going to give my vote, and then I'll give my prediction as to who I think is going to get in. So here's my vote first. Not who I think is going to get in, but this is who I would vote to get in. Without a doubt, Dick Allen deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I saw a stat today on MLB Network from Brian Kenny. He has the highest OPS plus from 1964 to 74. They showed the top 10 OPS plus from 64 to 74, and he was ranked first. The players ranked second to ninth are all in the Hall of Fame. Willie McCovey's on that list, Mickey Mantle, Willie Stargell, Willie Mays. The list is unbelievable. And 9 of those 10 players are in the Hall of Fame. And the guy that's ranked first, Dick Allen, is not. So there's a lot of sabermetric stats out there that Dick Allen is leading in. That's just unbelievable. There's a Facebook page called Dick Allen Belongs in the Hall of Fame. from a friend of mine named Mark Carfagno, who's from Philadelphia, who used to work for the Phillies uh, as a grounds crew person in the 70s, and he was good friends with Dick Allen. He has been leading the surge in this Philadelphia area for quite a long time to get Dick Allen in the Hall of Fame. So I know Mark has been really, really trying. He's been really tooting the horn to get Dick Allen in the Hall of Fame. I'm really hoping that this third time will be a charm. The last two times, one vote short twice. That's never happened. I really, if I had to vote, he has my vote. I'm going to pass on Ken Boyer this time. John Donaldson, I'm passing on. Steve Garvey, who I really think deserves to be in, I'm passing on. And I'm telling you why I'm passing on a lot of these players. The Veterans Committee usually doesn't vote a lot of players in. You know, it's not like you'll see three guys get in from the Veterans Committee. It's usually one, maybe two. Tommy John, I wouldn't vote for Tommy John this time around. Dave Parker absolutely gets my vote, and Louis Tiant gets my vote. So if I had a vote, those are the three players that I would vote for: Louis Tiant, Dave Parker, and Dick Allen. So now, who do I think is going to get in this year? I think they're going to vote for one player, and that one player is going to be this guy right here, Dick Allen. Only because history has shown, and I hope at least two players get in. And if it is going to be two players, then I'm going to say predict that's going to be Dick Allen and Dave Parker, in my opinion. But history has shown that really they don't vote a lot of players in on the Veterans Committee. There's quite a few ballots for years and years and years where nobody got voted in. Ron Santo got voted in, and he was the first player that got voted in like 10 years on the Veterans Committee. I mean, it's just, they just don't. The Veterans Committee needs to really make some changes, and they need to really start putting more players in to get in the Hall of Fame from that Veterans Committee, whether it's a classic era, contemporary era, whatever. I don't like the fact that, and let me put myself back on here. I don't like the fact that they condensed to just two errors now. I liked it better when they had three errors, and I'll tell you why. Uh, when they had three errors before, they had the early days, the golden. They actually was four eras. They had the early days, the golden age, the modern era, and the today's era. Dick Allen was in the golden age. He didn't have to compete with Dave Parker and Steve Garvey. He was competing with players from the golden age, which was from 1950, I think, to 69 at the time. And if they kept it that way, I think it would have been a lot easier for him to get in. But now they condensed it. They've widened that year range from 1950 to all the way to like 1980. So now there's just two eras. It's just a classic to and contemporary. And classic is pretty much from 1900 to 1975 or whatever, and then the contemporary is like 75 to the mid 90s. So it's, to me, it's not fair because now you have a lot more players going up against a lot more great players. So it's going to be even tougher, which I think could push Parker back a couple of ballots, could push guys like Tiant back. And that's a shame because, in my opinion, I would vote for Dick Allen, Dave Parker, Louis Tiant, and I would even vote for Steve Garvey. But like I said, they just don't vote for that many players. And now that they condensed the ballots to just two errors with a classic and contemporary, it's going to be even tougher. So let's bring the ballot back on here again. So my prediction is going to be Dick Allen. If they vote for two, it's Dick Allen and Dave Parker. I have a feeling that you could see two players because just like Dick Allen has had this really staunch committee for the past 10 to 15 years, especially around here and with the Facebook page, Dick Allen belongs to the Hall of Fame, and Mike Schmidt really, really trying to toot the horn for Dick Allen. The same thing's been going on with Dave Parker. There's a big Facebook page on Dave Parker. I think that's called Dave Parker Belongs in the Hall of Fame. And they've had a documentary on the MLB Network on Dave Parker. They're supposed to have a documentary on Dick Allen, which I'm still waiting for. But those two players in the past 10 to 15 years, the uproar has been huge to get these two players in. So if they do vote two in, I think it'll be these two. Unfortunately, I really, really believe Louis Tiant belongs in there. Especially, he just passed away recently. It's a shame. I really think he deserves to get in there. But because they don't vote in that many players, if it's going to be two, it's going to be Parker and Allen. But I just have a feeling, just by going previous history, that's just going to be one. And that stinks. One player, you know, that's terrible. One player. So there you have it. There's my prediction. I think it's going to be just Dick Allen. Uh, if I had my vote, I would vote for Dick Allen, Dave Parker, and Louis Tiant. But I think it's just going to be one. And I do think Dick Allen finally gets the recognition he deserves, and he'll get that 12th final vote this time. The third time will be a charm. This is his fourth time on the Veterans Community Ballot. The first time, I think he got 6 votes. The second time, he got 11. He was 1 vote short. Third time, he got 11. Again, 1 vote short. And this is his fourth time on the ballot. So I think this is going to be his time. I really would love to see 2 players get in, but we shall see. All right, so don't forget to tune in December 8th, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm still waiting to see who's going to be on the 16-member committee. I'm hoping Schmidt gets on there, because Schmidt really loved playing with Dick Allen, and Schmidt really believes. Come on, guys, if Schmidt believes Dick Allen belongs, that should tell you enough. All right, guys, I'll be back tomorrow night. I got some Frank Robinson pickups for my PSA Basic Tops Frank Robinson run. Stay tuned for that. I love the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's my favorite time of the year. In a couple weeks, they're going to be announcing the ballot for the BBWA ballot, which that comes out in January for the vote. So great time of year. All right. Until then, guys, like I always say, have fun with it. I will see you real soon. Take care.